Amid the global turbulence of the Cold War, Burma, now Myanmar, experienced its first military coup, setting the stage for decades of political upheaval. This article serves as a documentary-style exploration of Burma's inaugural military coup, delving into the historical context, key events, and the profound implications of this Cold War-era political maneuver. Part 1: Post-Independence Burma and the new government. The documentary begins by setting the stage in post-independence Burma. The charismatic U led the country into nationhood in 1948, establishing a parliamentary democracy. However, the diverse ethnic and political landscape, compounded by economic challenges, created a fragile political environment. Part 2: The ethnic insurgencies and UNU's struggles. The analysis unfolds the ethnic insurgencies that plagued Burma, as various ethnic groups sought autonomy and independence. UNU's government struggled to address these challenges while contending with economic difficulties, leading to periods of instability and political unrest. Part 3: U Thant's resignation and the coup. The documentary explores the resignation of U Thant, Burma's respected diplomat and Secretary-General of the United Nations, in 1961. His departure marked a significant turning point. The military, led by General Ne Win, capitalized on the growing discontent and seized power in a coup on March 2, 1962, claiming to restore order and unity. Part 4: The Ne Win regime and the Burmese way to socialism. The article delves into the early years of the Ne Win regime, marked by the suspension of the constitution, dissolution of parliament, and the establishment of a military government. Ne Win's Burmese way to socialism implemented centralized economic policies and isolated Burma from the global community. Part 5: The impact of Cold War politics. The documentary examines the influence of Cold War politics on Burma's first military coup. Ne Win's regime, while officially adopting a neutral stance, navigated diplomatic relations with both the Eastern and Western blocs. The geopolitical context shaped Burma's international standing and the dynamics of its internal governance. Part 6: The suppression of opposition and student protests. As dissent against the military government grew, the documentary depicts the suppression of opposition and student protests. The Ne Win regime responded with force, curtailing political freedoms and dissenting voices, setting the tone for a repressive political environment that would persist for decades. Part 7: Economic mismanagement and isolation. The article explores the economic mismanagement under Ne Win's leadership, with policies contributing to a decline in Burma's economic prosperity. The country's isolationist approach further exacerbated its economic challenges, impacting the standard of living and hindering development. Part 8: The legacy of the coup and Burma's ongoing struggles. The documentary concludes by reflecting on the enduring legacy of Burma's first military coup. The Ne Win era set the stage for subsequent military interventions, shaping the political landscape for decades. Burma's struggle for democracy and human rights remains a contemporary challenge, illustrating the profound and lasting impact of the 1962 military coup. Conclusion: Burma's first military coup, as explored in this documentary-style narrative, is a pivotal moment in the nation's history, with repercussions that extend into the present day. The article sheds light on the historical context, key events, and the complex interplay of domestic and international factors that characterized Burma's early Cold War era. Understanding the dynamics of this coup is essential for comprehending the challenges that have shaped Burma's political trajectory and continue to influence its quest for democracy and stability.